Chapter 7. Clearing the Decks. Katherine closes her eyes to enjoy the sensation of the warm morning sun on her delicate face, tempered by a cool ocean breeze. She's in her new favorite place, the porch rocking chair. "Morning, Kath," Erric greets Katherine as he approaches her. "I thought you'd be gone by now."
"I decided to take a few days off to think," she answers without making eye contact.
"What you thinking?" Erric asks.
"My next step."
"What are the choices?"
"Don't know yet."
Erric turns to scan the horizon for what seems to hold Katherine's attention. He swivels to study her face and realizes it's her 1,000-yard stare at nothing. He'll try anything to snap her out of it. "Hey, let's have some fun, Kath, like we used to."
"Like what?"
"How about a good old-fashioned date?" Katherine turns to him and quietly smiles. Erric turns on the charm. "I'll pick you up here this afternoon after lunch."
"It's a date,"
she flatly responds. Erric wanders off and feels vaguely unsettled. He needs wisdom to deal with this. "Cat bait," Erric calls out at the door of the processing room of Stillwell Fisheries. No answer. He ventures further into the room. Jack enters the doorway.
"Erric."
"Yeah," a slightly irritated Erric answers.
"Gotta talk to you." "About what?" I need to apologize,"
Jack blurts out. Erric struggles with his instinct to lash out.
"I'm listening." I'm a goof-up, man,"
Jack admits.
"That's for sure. What else is new?" "I'm sorry."
"That's the truth. You're a sorry excuse for a human," Erric sneers. Jack cautiously moves in close.
"Yeah, and I looked up to you. I want you to be my brother again."
Erric mocks him.
"Seriously? Serious as a heart attack? There's no way you can straighten out the garbage you've dumped on me and the family,"
Erric challenges. Jack bursts at the seams.
"I'm sorry."
Erric mocks him.
"This sticks."
Erric just pulled Jack's trigger. The younger brother charges and lands 3 quick, soft punches into Eric's chest as he shouts,
"I love you."
Erric instinctively returns a solid hook to Jack's mouth, bursting his lip, then registers surprise.
"What did you say?"
Gasping for breath and through bloody lips, Jack repeats softly,
I love you. You're my brother, man."
Eric's mixed emotions whirl at hurricane force while he staggers in place, attempting to comprehend. It dawns on him.
Yeah. All right."
This relieves Jack.
"Good. Thanks."
Their eyes go elsewhere in thought, then find each other again. Simultaneously nodding their heads, they grin broadly, laugh, and bear hug each other. Erric knocks on the door of the Stillwell house. Katherine answers in an old tie-dye t-shirt and cut-off jean shorts. She instantly senses Eric's unrest.
"Are you okay, Ricky?"
He looks away momentarily.
"Yeah, just had a serious discussion with my brother."
He swings around as if he hasn't seen her before.
"You look great, Kath." "Thanks, Ricky. What now?"
"Saddle up." Erric opens the front passenger door to the dark turquoise blue 1964 Chevy Impala with a white rag top. His dad scored it off a friend whose wife died. Katherine graciously smiles to acknowledge Eric's gallant deed and glides into the seat. He closes her door and walks around to enter the driver's side. Once behind the wheel, he announces,
"This isn't right."
Katherine's smile broadens as Erric exits and walks around to open her door.
"Move over,"
he gently tells her and sits next to her. Erric continues smiling as he gets out and walks around to the driver's side. Sliding behind the wheel and now sitting hip to hip with Katherine, he declares,
"That's better."
They burst out in peals of laughter. Katherine giggles as she asks Erric,
"Do you still pull that same routine on all your dates?"
"Only the ones with you," he teases. They traverse the gravel road to the highway. Erric runs down the list of details he and his dad added to the car. Half-moon chrome eyelids on the headlights, blue translucent plastic dots in the middle of each taillight, and chrome eyelids acting as rain shields at the top exterior of all 4 windows. It's his now, and even more precious since it used to be Dad's car. The large, squarish, boat-like Chevy sits in front of Good Springs Bar and Grill. Inside at the bar, Erric holds a nearly empty beer glass, his latest in a series. He's wearing a sly look while Katherine laughs.
Thank God, literally. You haven't changed, Ricky. What did you expect? I'm still me.
Jazzy pushes off from her vantage point down the bar and busts in, addressing Erric.
Hey, you're having too much fun over here.
Still laughing, Erric turns to look at her and realizes she is barely smiling. His laugh fades, and Jazzy realizes he's read her too well. Still ignoring Katherine, Jazzy offers,
More beer?
Katherine breaks the brief silence.
So it's Jazzy now. Yeah, to my friends.
Jazzy coldly retorts.
Can we start over, Gene?
Katherine asks. Erric doesn't like the way this is going. Jazzy continues her attack.
How do you and I make up for lost time we never had in the first place, Katherine? Kath, how about an ice cream soda?
Erric meekly suggests.
Rick, you've been slugging beers like they're going out of style. You sure you can drive? Who's counting?
Jazzy interjects under her breath. Erric pretends he doesn't hear Jazzy.
I'm a champion at Pong. I'll bet I'm sober enough to beat you. If I win, I drive.
Katherine smiles broadly.
You're on.
The Chevy top is down, and Katherine's blonde hair wisps in the breeze as she navigates the custom automobile down the overseas highway. Erric slumps happily in the passenger seat. They pull up at Anderson's Drugs. Erric swigs an extra-large shake as Katherine sips a smaller version from a straw. They laugh, and then laugh some more. Erric punches the jukebox to play a Florida rock group singing a silly but catchy song about a tiny black egg. Following like a non sequitur, a British soft rock hit about hiding love slows down their bodies. They fall into a waltz done swing style. Erric catches his breath as he rediscovers how magically Katherine responds to his lead, as if they are performing a rehearsed dance in a contest. Erric has never danced with a more graceful woman. Minutes drift away without a care. Erric drives Katherine up to the Stillwell home.
I had fun. Let's stay on the wave. How about a movie later?
Katherine pauses.
I guess I'm game. What time is the movie?
After sundown, he teases. Erric and Katherine sip beers as they sit in an anchored boat within distant view of a drive-in movie which plays silently.
So, what's this free movie about?
Erric puts on a formal voice.
Only the best for my missy. It's kind of a horror film about a big shark. Is it as scary as the one about the little demon girl whose head spins around? I don't know. Let's see. Huh. Look at that. Swimming alone at night's dumb.
Katherine comments.
Nah, it's usually fine.
Erric protests. The on-screen swimmer thrashes as an unseen force pulls her under. Erric chuckles.
Well, there you go. Guess you're right.
Katherine watches Eric's profile in the screen's glow, her mind far away.
Rick, I guess I should just come out and say it. Deal with the fallout.
What's that, Missy?
It's you.
What's me, Kat?
You're the father.
This confuses Erric.
But what about that guy somewhere? Wherever you've been all this time? It's all too complicated. I didn't want to screw up your life. You had a scholarship, bright future. I didn't want everyone to know about what we've been doing.
Yeah, that would have been a little difficult.
I was so lonely. The winters in D.C. where I lived with Aunt Linda were so cold. I watched snowflakes dancing around the streetlights at night. It reminded me of fish schooling on the reefs here. I missed the warm, clear water, the tropical sun. I was so homesick. I missed you most, Ricky.
Good Lord, Kath. They move in for a kiss, but Katherine interrupts.
Please don't kill me, Ricky. I gotta pee. Really bad.
Erric is both frustrated and tickled. Katherine maneuvers to the stern.
No peeking, Erric. This is not my best pose.
Erric dutifully turns away and can't help but giggle. There's a splash. Erric whips around to find Katherine's gone.
Kath!
Katherine surfaces and pretends to struggle in the water. Without hesitation, Erric dives overboard fully clothed. When he reaches her, Katherine laughs.
Gotcha.
Kath, you freaked me out.
You thought I was being pulled down by a shark.
That's not funny. Erric tries to suppress a laugh. They swim playfully in the moonlight and hold a kiss underwater until their aching lungs drive them to the surface. Erric pulls the boat up to the Stillwell dock and bids Katherine good night with a gentleman's kiss in case Mamie or Rod are watching. He shoves off and heads to the Thorman Pier. A flickering across the small bay catches his eye. He throttles down to find the light gathering strength. It's a fire. Erric guns the motor. As he covers the distance to the far shore, the flames engulf a stack of lobster traps. Against the tall, leaping inferno, he spots two silhouetted figures fleeing the scene. The boat bow crunches the shore and he leaps out, but it's too late to douse the fire. The fire has destroyed the traps. In a cursory investigation, he finds a matchbook from Good Springs Bar. Deputy Beeker's cruiser shows up.
Hey, is that you, Erric?
Yeah, it's me, Yeti.
Your mom called in. Just happened to be nearby. You see anything?
Look like two guys, I think. Weren't big guys. I found this. Beeker takes the matchbook.
This might help. Thanks. These your traps?
Larry asks sensitively. No, I think it might be Javier's. Beeker's face draws tight.
Mercy. Have mercy, Lord.